Hello everybody, and welcome to day 4, my little bonus day today. I am so excited for you to join me here. Today we're going to be putting it all together, so let's see who's coming through. You've done a mini challenge each and every day over the last 3 days, and boy oh boy, have you guys been smashing it. I just quickly jumped into some of the check-ins because, apologies, my day 3 check-in came in a little late, but that's okay. I still want to see your check-in. I went in and just answered some of those check-ins before I jumped on to today's call. And so I really just want to see you guys make sure that you check in. I'm just going to pop the screen up here so I can see if anyone... Hello, Kimberly. Hi, Livy. Hi, Diane. Hi, Ruth. Okay, awesome. Sometimes I can't see the comments for some reason on my phone, so I'm going to go through these 2 screens. Oh, thank you. It's so cozy and rainy here. Cold and rainy, I should say, so I needed something cozy. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Melissa. Okay. Before we kick into putting it all together, husband is in the other room in recovery. He's doing as well as he can just after surgery. Like everyone, as soon as you come home from surgery, you feel really out of it. You feel, in pain, definitely. So like I said, I'm going between 2 roles at the moment, Coach Gina, Nurse Gina, but managing it because I make sure that I always fill my cup up. So I'm going to put in some time to get my workout in. I'm going to make sure that I'm nourishing myself with food. I'm going to make sure that I put some incense on and I meditated this morning just because I was feeling quite stressed and stress will come up. So I need to have tools in place to deal with my stress and make sure that I give back to myself, because then I can show up for you guys. I can show up for him. And that's really important to me. If I deplete myself, then I'm good to nobody. So just a little reminder anyway, if that's something you needed to hear, I hope that might help you as well. If you're in a position of being a carer or just, spreading yourself too thin, because sometimes or a lot of the time I feel like we do that because we care for so many people in our lives. We always want to put them first. So it's important to, it's not selfish to put you first, because when you do, you inadvertently actually become a better person for those around you. So just a little food for thought. I do wear many hats, Carrie, I really do. Kareen, amazing. I love that you just did the Latin pop mix. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Mariana. I will give him all of your best. When I asked for all of your healing vibes, I got so many from you. I haven't gotten around to individually thanking each and every one of you, but please note that I've seen and read every single one of you. So thank you so much. And it definitely helped keep the vibes high when, to be honest, they haven't been so high because, sometimes, like I said, life will throw you curveballs and you have to kind of go with the flow, and you can't always be positive. You will have times when you see things not with a silver lining, but it's about making those moments last as little as short as possible, and it's about making those moments as infrequent as possible. I don't believe that you can eliminate negativity, but I like to try and find tools that will get me out of that headspace, because then you can show up much better. And Diane, we do have a superwoman complex. I feel like, at the end of the day, like we want to be able to do it all. But one of my mentors, so coaches have coaches too. One of my mentors says you can do it all, but you just can't do it all at once, which is why I love using my small steps tools and why I apply that to my coaching as well, because you can't let's come back to what we're going to talk about. You can't tackle the weight loss journey challenge, tackling everything at once. If you try to do that, you are, what the saying is, I always get this saying wrong, but it's like trying to be a master of all is a master of none. And one thing I would really encourage you to do is nail something first before you move on to the next thing. So that's kind of where I come from my coaching perspective, and why I say small steps to big change, because most people want to go, okay, I'm going to change everything I eat. I'm going to change how much I eat, and I'm going to change how I eat all today. And that is where the overwhelm comes into play, and we tend to get a little, what's the word I'm looking for? We get derailed, we get deflated when we can't achieve it. But what you've actually done is you've set yourself up for failure. And so I want to set you guys up for success rather than preparing yourselves for imminent failure and thinking it's your fault, when actually the method that you're trying to do is what's letting you down. Okay, so let's chat all things roadmap for you ahead. So let's get some feedback from you guys first. I want to ask, who found day one challenging? Tracking their calories, tracking what food they ate, the guesstimation, figuring out how do you feel in terms of confidence levels, that you know everything about what's going on in your body. Like when you look at your plate, you know that that's the right amount of food for you, according to your particular goal. So how does everybody feel about day one? Let me see some feedback there first. Angie says, I feel defeated when I put too much on my plate. It's small steps, and it doesn't happen overnight. Angie, you know this because you were in my program. So you know, it doesn't happen overnight. This is an ongoing journey that will take time. And it's about how quickly can you get back on track and keep going, because ultimately the person who succeeds is the one who sticks the course. Really, that's the thing. Okay, I was good on day one. It wasn't hard, but enlightening because I really didn't understand what was going in my body. Amazing. Day one wasn't hard, but had to return to tracking. I found it extremely challenging. I have no idea how many calories I take in. Kareen, that's amazing that you had that realization. Today was my easy day. That was today, your mindful meals. Okay, so day one, Mariana says, tracking my calories is the most helpful piece. Amazing. Kerry says, I definitely made sure the quality with food was better. I only downloaded to do this challenge, but it's getting easier and I like to see the numbers. Yep. Amazing. First day was tough, putting everything down I put in my mouth. Yes, the realization's real, Robin. Day one was good for me. Not that it wasn't challenging, but I tried to be more conscious. Well, you do become more conscious when you actually pay attention to what's going on, right, Stacey? And Kimberly says, day one was easy. Amazing. Okay. So Tammy says tracking wasn't hard, which is great. But I didn't realize how much I was actually eating. And tracking does make you accountable because you're kind of measuring what you're trying to manage. Remember what I said to you guys on day one? You can't manage something that you don't measure. You can't manage your finances by keeping your head in the sand and not looking at what your bank statement looks like. You can't manage your finances. You can't save for something if you don't know what's coming in and what's going out. And so that's why tracking for a short-term approach is a really good way to get yourself that baseline understanding, okay? And Sarah says, I was skeptical at first because counting my calories has led to some bad habits before, but I was afraid of that, but I think I have a better mindset now. And of course, that's why I keep it short-term, because ultimately we don't want to be fixated on some particular tool. Remember, I want you to see it as a tool and drown out the noise, because there's a lot of noise around, this method is better, don't do this, do that. And I really want to declutter the noise for you and make it so much simpler. Use tracking to get you to point from A to B. Then we'll get you doing something else from B to C. And so that's kind of the method. Okay, so here's step one of your free roadmap. Okay, you've done 3 days of some small habits, something different every day. For those of you who felt that day one was challenging, number one, if any of you who answered that it kept you accountable, if any of you answered that you finally realized what was going in and you had no idea, if any of you said this is actually something that I really need to do, then your first 30 days of my 90-day roadmap is to do this, to track for 30 days. So write this down or maybe come back and rewatch this. But ultimately, if you remember what I said in day one, I said for you to continue going forth, I want you to essentially not just track for 1 day, but track everything that goes into your body for the next 7 days. So if you've been continuously tracking, great. Otherwise, start from today or start from tomorrow, whenever you want to is your full first fresh day, if that's how you prefer it. But not Monday, just the next day, okay? There is no perfect time. The perfect time is now. So start by tracking everything that goes in. Do not create a calorie deficit. I want you to get a 1 week snapshot. A 1 week snapshot, including your weekends, of what's going on. You go out for dinner, the best you can do is guesstimate your calories. It's not going to be perfect, but if you don't put anything down, you have no idea. Okay, so put something down. I want you to experiment with tracking. If you need to get familiar with these tools, there's an incredible resource called Google and YouTube. And honestly, you can learn how to use any of these apps. There are millions of YouTube tutorials. I don't want to waste my time going through how to teach you a tutorial. I want to spend time coaching you through the habits that you need to do. So go on YouTube, watch a MyFitnessPal or a Lose It tutorial on how to make it easier for yourself. I love using the barcode feature on all of my packaged foods. It makes life so much easier. I have go-to recipes that I use the same amount of ingredients all the time. So I've created some go-to recipes, inputted them. So anytime I make that recipe again, all I have to do is press the recipe name in my database and that's it. I don't have to keep redoing and putting those recipes in. So the goal for you would be get familiar with your app, okay? But I want you to write everything down that you eat for the next 7 days and track your calories for the next 7 days. After you've seen that, take your average. So divide the total amount of calories that you did each day by 7 to get yourself your average calories per day. And then from there, I want you to deduct 200 to 300 calories just to see if that might get you the deficit you need, okay? And then your goal is to track for the next 3 weeks after that. So 30 days of tracking is a great baseline point because after 30 days, don't forget, you're going to be in a routine of seeing a lot of repetitious meals. When you plate up your food and you've tracked it, take take snapshots of your eyes and your food so that you actually see, oh, what does this portion on my plate really look like? So a bit of photographic memory and get used to those things. So for me, for example, I knew that when I served myself 40 grams of oats with 3/4 of a cup of almond milk and then my protein powder, sometimes half a banana or a teaspoon of drizzled of peanut butter or whatever it was. When I had that, and I had that all the time, I knew how much was on that. So even when I stopped tracking, I still measured out that same exact meal. So I didn't need to actually track it. So you get to know those things, but you guys have only done this for 1 day. So imagine what 30 days would look like in terms of your food nutrition and the power of education through your food nutrition, okay? Other recipes from your ebook in the recipe list in MyFitnessPal? No, I put them into my own MyFitnessPal, and I inputted every ingredient and divided it by the amount of serves, but now they're all in my own MyFitnessPal account. I have them there. That's how I calculated all the calories to make sure all the information and the nutritional data in the recipe book was right. So yeah, you would have to input that all in, okay? So this is the thing. If you do something for 1 day, that's great. But that's not going to get you long-term change, is it? Because 1 day really is just a snapshot of something. Ultimately, you want to stick to something for at least a certain amount of time for it to be able to really stick and for you to get the rhythm of things. So everybody who feels that this is an area they need to work on, and as we know, because I explained to you in the beginning, the only way to actually act on weight loss is to be in a calorie deficit. So that 200 or 300 calories off your average might be something that works for you, but you might need to go more, you might need to do less. It's going to be trial and error for you, but you will see a difference once you start doing it. And not a week in, not 2 weeks in, not 3 weeks, but at least 4, because that's why there's that 30-day commitment there for you, okay? I tracked, I'm just reading some of the comments. I tracked on MyFitnessPal in addition. Interesting that despite having roughly the same calories, yet had 13 out of 20. See, I absolutely, if Weight Watchers works for you, June, please keep going with it. I'm always going to be for whatever works for you. What I don't particularly love about Weight Watchers, and this is just a personal thing, and also my team nutritionist and registered dietitian also doesn't love it, because the points don't really show you the true values of food. It's just a point. And so I'm very much more about the power of education, of knowing exactly what's going on. How much protein does this food have? How many calories does it have? What's the fiber like in it? All those sorts of things. So I do like nutritional data versus a point, if that makes sense. But please keep going with what works for you. Okay, so and that's what I want you to do. So first step for your 90-day roadmap is 30 days of tracking your nutritional intake. 30 days. Commit to that. You can stop right after that, but it's so important to find and figure out with your nutrition. So tracking your intake through one of those calorie tracking apps will give you all that nutritional data. And so that's step one in your 90-day roadmap. Who's doing that for the next 30 days? Give me a hands up. I want to see who's going to commit themselves to doing it on their own. 30 days of tracking. Do you think it's better to track calories, fat, protein? Calories. I'm only wanting you to track calories. One thing. Macros, next level. And I don't even track all macros. I only track protein in my program. I only get people to track like an exact amount of protein. That's it. Fiber as well, actually. Sorry. Protein and fiber would probably be the two main. Okay, I'm going to do it. You guys are going to do it. Amazing. I commit to tracking for 30 days. Great. Okay, so that's your first 30 days. Now, for those who aren't interested in that, maybe your roadmap's going to be a bit shorter, but I'm still going to give you the next step. So everybody, June, I would honestly, to make your life easier, I know you want to achieve both, but if I was you, I would do one. So do one, because tracking already can be an overwhelming task, right? So do the thing that's the path of least resistance. Do what's the simplest thing for you. If you do too much, you're going to not do it all. So like a week in, it's going to be too overwhelming. So I would recommend doing one. Do we add the total amount of calories for the week and divide by 7? Yes. So track your calories. Do not create any deficit. Just eat the way you've been normally eating over a week. Okay, 7 days. And then each day's calories, whatever it amounted to, add it all up, divide it by 7. That's going to give you an average, okay, of what you ate over the week. And then just deduct 200 calories from there. That's going to be your first step in trying to get into a deficit. I'm not even giving you anything more elevated than that. That's just step one. Try that. And then you're going to play around with your numbers as you go. Okay. So that's your first 30 days in your free roadmap. Next, I see so many people are going to do it. So amazing. Step 2 of your 90-day roadmap. Everybody encountered that. It was amazing to see how many people snacked less, craved less, felt fuller for longer when they just added a little bit more protein in their diet, and also did it at all 3 meals, not just dinner. So step 2 part of your roadmap is 30 days of having protein at all 3 meals. So once you've done the tracking part, leave it. Okay, this is just your own do-it-your-own roadmap. Step 2, next 30 days, just do one thing. Track your protein every day. Okay, try to get that minimum number of 20 grams per meal, but all you're going to do for 30 days next is just emphasize protein at each meal. Most of the time. If one day you forget, don't worry. Remember, it's what you do most of the time. Not perfection is the enemy of your success. If you think that you're going to be 100% perfect in anything and not wake up one day and just want toast, it's unrealistic. Okay, because there are days that I just want toast with peanut butter and jam. Okay, but most of the time I will have eggs or protein, overnight oats, etc. But sometimes I'll just have toast. So I don't beat myself up. I just know that maybe I'm probably not going to be as full that morning, and I'm probably going to end up eating a little bit more that day or be a bit hungrier at lunch. But I'm aware of this and I know this. I don't need perfection because it's what I do most of the time that matters most. So your next 30 days, step 2 of your 30-day roadmap is going to be focusing on protein only. And that is just focusing on having every day, 3 meals, as many days as you can in that 30 days. So we are tracking 30 days for 30 days. And then for another, where you're focusing on the protein. Exactly. So you don't have to track the next 30-day section. I want you to just move on to protein. Okay. So track for 30 days, get familiar with your portions. Honestly, after 30 days, you should already be aware. Okay. Aware of what's going on. So then you can kind of do similar things and keep the habits you've done in those first 30 days. Second 30-day section, you're emphasizing protein at all of your meals each day. Okay. And that's all you're going to focus on. Just that. If you don't have time for breakfast either, and if you get hungry at breakfast, maybe it's that you need to wake up a little bit earlier or prepare your breakfast the night before so that you can have it at your destination if you need to go somewhere. So I'm not sure what your life situation is, Joe, but really it's planning. Planning is going to come into play. That's really what's important. Okay. So, second 30 days. So 60 days now you have a plan. 30 days tracking, 30 days protein focus, and then guess what is your third and final? It's step 3. If you struggled, and I already read, I think 11 check-ins, and most of you felt that this was the most challenging for you. Some of you only ate for 5 to 10 minutes, your meals. I feel like this is going to be the biggest game changer for you, and that your last 30 days of your 90-day roadmap is going to be every day focusing on wholly and solely one thing, and that is slow eating at each meal and being present and sitting down at each meal and working on that 1 minute increment increase so that you can slowly work your way up to 15 to 20 minutes per meal. That's where we should be. And if you're far away from that, then that's going to be the challenge for you. You've already made such incredible changes in just one day, just a realization even in one day. Imagine what you guys will look like if you stick with this and each aspect for 30 days, and then what you will feel at the end of 90 days. Okay, one day won't do anything, but if you really stick to something for 30, 60, 90 days, you're really going to feel the true transformation from this. So this is going to be your 90-day roadmap. It sounds simple and it sounds like there's not much that you need to work on. I know that everyone thinks all of a sudden, okay, but what about water? And what about fiber? And what about how do I deal with my emotional eating? Well, that stuff really needs a lot more guidance, okay? So you're going to need a lot more. But what you can do on your own right now is doing these 3 steps over the next 90 days. So I heard a lot of you are going to do step 1. Who is going to then move on to step 2? Who really felt the difference of having that protein? If you felt that difference in one day, imagine what you're going to feel in 30 days in relation to your cravings, in relation to your constant need to snack, in relation to your hunger and fullness. Imagine. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Me. Great. Okay. Fabulous. Day 2 is trickier. Yeah, so you're going to have to do a lot of work on trial and error and all sorts of things, but you got this. So that's I'm committed to all of these. Okay, day 3, who felt slowing down? They realized they actually were really fast eaters, or they had so many distractions. Who felt that? A few of you had the need to do something, weren't used to. Great, helped reduce your nighttime overeating. Amazing. Who felt day 3 was challenging? Definitely doing step 2. I really felt the difference. Amazing. Great. Okay, so everybody has a plan. Whether you need all 3 steps, that's up to you to decide, okay? Maybe you need to just set yourself a 30-day challenge if only one area was something that you need to work on. Maybe you need to do a 60-day challenge because you felt 2 out of the 3 days was challenging and the other one was easy. Maybe you need to do all 3 and there you've got a 90-day roadmap, okay? So that is the end of how you guys can move forward and do it yourself, okay? But if you want to take it to that next level, if you want to essentially have someone, your ultimate cheerleader, helping you every step of the way, then for 90 days, my Zero to Thrive program is launching exclusively, guys, to you 24 hours before it goes out to everyone else. It does tend to sell out each round, and I'm only doing 2 this year. So I did one in January. July round is happening now, and this is the last round for this year. I'm not going to be doing another round for this year. So you've got the free aspect, you've got the 90-day roadmap to do it yourself, but if you are willing to take it to the next level, if you're ready, if you're kind of done with extreme diets that you just never stick to, if you want to celebrate your favorite foods without that fear, if you've tried many different ways, but you've never had that long-lasting result, if you're done with always using food to comfort your emotions, and most importantly, if you're done with doing it on your own, then join me. So I am launching Zero to Thrive today exclusively to you guys 24 hours in advance before everyone else, and I'm so excited and I'm proud of this program. It's actually the only way to coach with me at the moment because I've stopped taking one-on-one clients because I'm just totally overloaded with all of our calendars and filming and all sorts of things. So this is the program that I get to work with you intimately. You get to have a Zoom call with me, 2 of them every single week to factor in multiple time zones as well. And basically the program, how I get you results is I cut through the noise. So we really take it back to basics, small steps approach. It's my 3 steps. So you worked on the how to eat, the how much to eat, the what to eat, and I spend 30 days on each aspect and I really break it down. So we only tackled, for example, the tracking of calories. We didn't tackle the actual calculation that I give you to individualize it to really get you into a calorie deficit. We didn't tackle about how to build a better relationship with food and how to include fun foods into your diet, because I'm a big believer in making sure you actually have the foods you love. That's how you have sustainability there. Because if you're thinking you have to eat lettuce leaves all the time, well, that's why you're constantly yo-yoing. And if you're feeling like you have to restrict and remove all the favorite foods that you love from living day to day, then that's again why things haven't stuck long term. On top of that, we work on step 1. We also get into the piece of how to transition away from tracking using my balanced plate method. And really that's the ultimate piece in the puzzle, because ultimately I want to transition you away from tracking. So we really work on that in the program, because that's why I call it a weight loss to wellness, because it's not just about weight loss. The second piece of the puzzle, the what, we just touched on protein and you saw what a difference that makes, but you haven't touched on fiber, your carbs, or your healthy fats. So that's all in the program. And then I finally move on to the piece of the puzzle, which is the how we eat. And that's where we tackle way more than just slowing down, but how to eliminate distractions, how to focus on your sleep and stress, because they're 2 pillars of health that often are forgotten on the weight loss journey, yet they impact it so much. I give you challenge you with a week of meditations that I've prepared for you guys, which I love. My meditation week is exciting. I also really dive deep into the emotional eating piece as well, and give you a really great set of tools to be able to, instead of turning to food always, giving you all the various emotions we go through and how to deal with each individual one of them. Okay, so as you can see, there's so much more to it, and that's going to be hard to do that alone, which is why I'm there with you every step of the way. And everybody in the community who's participated in the past is also there with you. We're all doing this journey together, and it's the most beautiful thing, because when you don't have to do it alone, it is so much more supportive and also keeps you accountable. So each week you get, just like we did, we have that masterclass aspect where you learn something, but each week I put something into practice so that you get all of that theory and put it into practice. It's not just listening to something and then not doing anything with it. Every week you get the challenges, you get ebooks, workbooks to work with. We get the weekly live coaching calls, but they're via Zoom, not on Facebook, because I want a more intimate setting. So I get to actually see you. You don't have to put your camera on, but we get to have conversations backwards and forwards, which I love. And so those Zoom calls are honestly the highlight of the program. You get 2 a week. Somebody asked whether they fit into the UK time zone. There's 2 calls to try and accommodate as many. I cannot obviously accommodate every single body who's globally around the world, but I did have people from Athens and Singapore and the UK, Germany last time, all over North America and Canada. And so I have a morning Australian time zone and an evening to accommodate for both. So the Monday morning is usually Sunday in North America, and it's in the afternoon, evening. And then the other call is a Thursday night usually, but that can change, but usually a Thursday night here, which makes it morning in UK, Europe. Okay, so I do really try to accommodate, but of course you would get the replays always delivered to your inbox right after each call for you to download and keep, so you can watch anytime. Now, what I love also about it is originally this was the only way to get my 30-day Be Active calendars, and you don't get just one, you get 3 as part of the program because you get a new calendar each step. So every 4-week block, you get a new calendar, so you don't need to purchase anything extra in terms of your workouts. This way, you've got the nutrition aspect from the program itself, but you also get that balanced progressive approach with the program with workouts and the nutrition aspect together so that you can move better and eat better together. So 3 Be Active calendars as part of the 3-month program. And of course, I set you up with this amazing community. It's run in a separate Facebook group, so you don't have to do it alone. And the support honestly has been one of the best parts of the program. And yeah, and keeping you accountable. That's the main thing. So just like we did check-ins today and you get active feedback from myself and my nutritionist community coach, Katie, from us, you will get active feedback in each and every check-in post so that you can really move forward and actually progress and take on some constructive feedback so that you can keep improving on what you're already doing. And so that's what Zero to Thrive is in a nutshell. Essentially, your one-stop shop to really take in the multifactorial ecosystem that is the weight loss journey. And it is really just the starting point. And I try to do it in the smallest steps possible for you to keep layering and progressing, because ultimately it is about developing these long-term habits to create that long-term sustainable change. Unsustainable methods create unsustainable results. You may have results in the short term, but they're going to be unsustainable. So my goal is always, whatever I do, it has to be a sustainable method that will give you sustainable results. And honestly, I couldn't be more prouder of the previous participants. And a few of them are here. I think I can see them saying hi to each other. So if you guys have any questions, hit me now with Zero to Thrive. I'm going to come back. I think I can see some of them, or if I can't see some of them and scroll back, then I will come back and type in your question and your answers to your questions. But don't go anywhere. I've got 2 more pieces of information. I've got a bonus offer, and I also have some updates on the calendar, because a lot of you are also just asking about the calendars. So just 1 second. But Kim asks, for the next month, she'll be in and out of cell service. Is there any way to make this work without Wi-Fi? So the only thing, the issue with cell service is my lives are done via Zoom. So you do need to have, I'm going to come to the cost in a second. So I'll answer that question as well. And it's on the program page, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The Zoom calls need cell reception, okay? And also so you can the downloads you can download later. So if it's just for a short-term camping trip, then you can just get the downloads to the Zoom calls. So you might just have to catch the replays for that one, okay? And then in terms of the workout calendar, you'll need cell service for your YouTube workouts, for example. So it just depends on how long you're out of cell service. But a few people had to go on holidays and just basically had to come back and come back to come back to where they finished off at, if that makes sense, before they went on their trip. Like they went away for a week and then they just picked it back up from where they stopped, if that makes sense. So that's the option for you. Okay, cost wise, let's go. So cost is $397 upfront. So you get a 10% saving. It's $397 USD upfront for 3 months of coaching with me. And that is one of my coaching sessions now, just when I work one-to-one with a client, is $120 USD. So you can imagine how much value you're getting with all the workouts, all the 2 coaching sessions a week. It's truly the best, most valuable way to work with me. So $397 for 3 months, but I also offer a payment plan because I know that finances are tight with everything that's been going on in the world. So I give you that option as well. That is 3 payments of $147 USD per month. So I also break it down into 3 monthly payments as well. So you can pay upfront with a little bit of a saving, or you can have 3 monthly payments of $147 USD per month, and that's just deducted once you sign up. So you can see it on the website, uptothebeat.com/program. You will see the 2 options. So you buy the option that suits you, either the payment plan or the one-time payment with the saving. Okay, so that is the cost of the program. And somebody asked, does it work for perimenopausal women? We had women in menopause, perimenopause, we had some hormone imbalances. Obviously, it's out of my scope to work with medical conditions, in the sense that we're not going to specifically talk about any of these aspects in the program. Everything is general population advice, but these general population advice things like getting enough protein, eating the right amount of fiber, being in a calorie deficit applies to all stages of life. Okay, so it does not change the stage of life. So absolutely, heck yes, it applies to everybody. And in fact, even more so when you're in those stages of life, you need to be nailing down your nutrition. And multiple people in my program had weight loss, changed their habits, and were all in all stages of life. And what's really funny is I had a few women that are in menopause thought that their weight loss journey was done and it was too hard, and in actual fact did lose weight, and I proved them wrong. And so that made me super happy, because it can be done. It's just changing the way you're doing things now. I love Einstein's quote, if you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, that is the definition of insanity. So we need to change things up. If something's not working for you, it's time to change. How do I play the video on my TV? Zoom calls are done via your computer. So you can download it to your computer as a replay and then airplay it to your TV if that's how you want it. And then the YouTube workouts are the FAQs, and the PDF that comes with the calendar shows you how you can get it onto your TV through saving those playlists to your library, etc. And that's all broken down in the PDF. Okay, so let's come back to that bonus offer. For everybody that signs up to Zero to Thrive in the next 24 hours, this exclusive offer is only for you guys in my tribe. It's not going to be announced anywhere else. For anyone that signs up in the next 24 hours, also gets a bonus bundle. You're going to get a UTTB tank top, my recipe book to help support you with some awesome healthy recipes, about 45 recipes in that book. And you're also going to get Power Walk Through the Decades via DVD or stream just by signing up. So valued at $100, that little bonus bundle pack is for you because you've been so amazing giving it your all through this challenge. I wanted to give back to you as well, especially if you are ready to take that change. Don't press the brakes right now. You've just done 3 days worth of something. If you're ready to keep pushing that accelerator, then I wanted to give you back a little something to keep that momentum going. So that is the bonus bundle. So here's what you've got to do to get that bonus bundle. You've got to, in your checkout, just write in the order notes. There is a little section on the checkout page where you put in your billing details and everything. You will see on the right-hand side order notes, like something about delivery, etc. All you need to write is bonus bundle. And I'm going to reach out to you with an email in the next 24 hours sharing how you can get your bonus bundle. So when you get that email, you'll instantly get access to the recipe book. But what I need to know from you is your size, and I need to know whether you want DVD or streamed version. So you will have to reply to the email I send to you. So bonus bundle in the order notes, okay, in your order. If you forget to do that and you're like, oh my gosh, please just email hello@uptothebeat.com, and we'll make sure you get that, okay? when I jump off this call, I'm going to give you a link to the product page. It's uptothebeat.com/program. Uptothebeat.com/program is where you sign up. It starts July 25th officially, okay? So when you sign up, you'll get your welcome pack. And then a few days before, roughly around the 22nd, 23rd of July, you will get your week 1 pack, which is your calendar, something we call a consistency calendar as well, which will be all explained on our first call. And you'll get your week 1 ebook and workbook, okay? So program officially starts 25th of July. That could also be 24th of July if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. And if I have Power Walk through the decades, can I offer you something else? Yes. I've also got the option to give you a couple of other DVDs to the same value or streamed workouts. Don't worry, we'll make it work. That's where we have that conversation via email. Okay, Jackie? And again, if you don't want the DVD, I'll make something else. Maybe we'll get 2 tanks. We'll make it work. I want to give you a little value pack to get you going, and we will type that all through email individually with me and my team. Okay, so that is your little bonus offer. So type in bonus bundle when you check out. So you click to purchase and you will see the check. It'll take you to the checkout page. Okay, that's when you do the billing. All right, so that is your little bonus offer. Now, next stage, if the program is not for you, because it's not for everybody, and maybe you're not wanting to sign up to the program, and that's okay. There is plenty of opportunity in the future, maybe another chance for you to sign up, or maybe you're not really wanting to focus on your nutrition and you just want to focus on your workouts. Then the calendars are coming. Yes, July was a little bit of a crazy month for me. I got COVID, which really unfortunately delayed the filming aspect of things. And then I went away. So we decided to postpone July's, and we're just going straight to an August calendar. August's calendar is actually going to be launched to doors open until sold out. We only leave the doors open for 1 week for the calendar, and they will start on the 25th of July. So the same day that the program starts, calendar doors will open as well on the site, but don't worry, you'll get all the memos. You will not miss out. And doors will open for that from 25th of July to the 1st of August. Okay. So if that's something you're wanting and you just want a calendar, then that's an opportunity for you. So you've got a whole range here. Basically what I'm trying to say is a whole gamut of ways to keep moving forward. If you are able to do it on your own, you have a 90-day free roadmap to truly make some transformational changes without needing me at all. You've already had me for these last 3 days, and you have that aspect, okay? So I've given you that at the beginning of this call. You know what to do, and go forth and prosper. If you need someone to have your back and be your ultimate cheerleader, but you also want to dive deeper, then Zero to Thrive might be for you. And then if you want to just focus on your workouts, then you have the workout calendar coming out later this month. I'm going to answer some questions now. Do you get the calendar with Zero to Thrive program as well? Yes. So part of the program, you get 3 calendars, not 1, 3, 1 for each step. Okay, every 4-week block, you get a new calendar. So if you've purchased the program, do not buy the calendar because it's already included. Can you get the bonus bundle if you do the payment plan? Absolutely. The bonus bundle doesn't matter how you pay or sign up. It's for everyone who signs up in the next 24 hours. Okay, so just make sure you write bonus bundle in the notes. Any other questions coming at me? Any other questions around program, calendar, your roadmap? Ultimately, guys, you've got multiple ways to continue on this journey. Do not stop now. That's truly my goal for you, is don't stop the momentum. You've done amazingly in the last 3 days. I'm going to finish off the check-ins when I get off this call. And when I get off this call, I'll also pop all the links and the reminders to write bonus bundle, and also our email if you need some help with support, etc. And when the program starts and the price, I'll write it all for you in the description of this call so you can have a point of reference as well. But ultimately, like I said, my goal for you is not to stop the journey. Keep going. If you've just felt the momentum, then I want you to keep doing the things that are going to transform and truly change your life in the long term. Robin asks, what are check-ins? Check-ins are like the things we've done today. So I asked you some reflective questions. The check-ins for the program differ slightly because they obviously are going to be check-ins related to those particular nutrition goals. So that is the type of check-in. And what you do is you have to answer them. Of course, you don't have to check in, but you're going to get the most out of the program by keeping yourself accountable, ultimately. And ultimately, when you invest in there's no other greater investment than the one you do in yourself and your health. So ultimately, if you do make that investment into Zero to Thrive, I want you to get the most out of it. And the way you're going to do that is participating in the check-ins and keeping yourself accountable. You're so welcome, Silvana. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks, Jen. I'm so glad that you enjoyed. And honestly, coaching, there's nothing that makes me happier than coaching. I love it. I love it because I want to fast track you in your journeys. I want you to not make the same mistakes I made. So I kind of package it up to avoid all of the things. And trust me, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Okay. Zero to Thrive is going to be challenging. It's not going to be the easiest of things. You're going to have to challenge yourself, but what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. And if you're willing to put the work in, if you are ready to take it to the next level, then that is for you. So hope to see you there. I can't wait. If you are joining, I can't wait to work with you. And if not, please continue on that roadmap, that 90-day roadmap, even a 30-day or a 60-day roadmap to continue on that journey. Workout calendars for August released on 25th of July, and Zero to Thrive starts on 25th of July. The doors close to purchasing Zero to Thrive at the end of next week, so next Friday, okay? So doors are opening tomorrow officially for all the other people, and that is going to be tomorrow, and it's going to stay open for a week. This is the last round I'm running this year. The next round will be back again, I think, in January. So just so that you know, if you do want to work together, we still have 6 whole months this year. What would that look like for you to be in such a different place by the end of the year? I think it would be a dream. So I hope that you make the most out of the rest of this year. All right, what else have we got? See if we've got any other final questions. Otherwise, I'm going to jump off. Thank you for such an eye-opening experience, Diane. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for challenging yourself. You know, at the end of the day, I might be the vessel of information, but you have to put in the work. It's you that has to do the thing. So amazing. Stacey, I'm so glad I came upon your workouts on YouTube and joined on this 3-day challenge. I'm on Weight Watchers, but needed a new perspective and focus. Amazing. Keep doing your thing. Keep going. And I love that you've got that momentum happening. So keep infusing those new behaviors and keep going. Chelsea, thank you. These 3 days have been amazing. So helpful. Can't wait to continue and see what happens. Yay! I'm so excited for you to see how you go. Kareen, amazing. Yes, I can't wait to be your coach. I'm honored. Elizabeth says, just need to tell you that every time I exercise with you, my husband says that I'm going to Australia. You going to Australia? Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. Rachel says, I've enjoyed these sessions. I did Zero to Thrive and learned so much. Amazing. Thank you, Rachel. I know you did. I'm so glad that you got this little refresher as well. Okay, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to jump off now and fill in all of those details on this call. So just look at the description written in this call. I cannot wait to see what happens for all of you, whether you join my program, whether you do it yourself, whether you continue on with those workout plans. I can't wait to see the progress that keeps happening in this tribe, and keep me posted, especially if you're doing it yourself. Keep me posted. Tell me how you're going. You know, maybe you want to do a 30-day check-in or something like that. So you've got this free community and this free group to keep supporting you as well. So just know that like I said, if Zero to Thrive is not for you at this moment in time, then there's so many options for you to still progress. There's so many options for you to still be on your journey. Okay. So I love that for you. And finally, I can't wait to see everyone who is going to be coaching with me in Zero to Thrive July round. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And I can't wait to see you there. And I'll keep in touch via the Facebook group. Don't worry. You're going to get the updates on the calendar release and all things coming your way. And let's keep in touch there. Okay, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this challenge, and bye for now.